So we can talk about both books. Have you got the other book there?
It's in. I don't. Hang on.
Don't worry.
Hang on.
Don't worry.
Hang on.
Hello, everyone. If you are watching or listening, I've just thrown a curveball at Gary just as we go live. That was really bad timing, Joe. I'm Jo Baldwin-Trott. Welcome to the Amijo show. I am hosting this third season, and it's called The New Norm. Not that we really are in any kind of norm, but it's another phase of the Amijo show because it's looking at the reality of the current situation, but also focusing on the important aspects of well-being, of positive thinking, of progressive thinking and bigger picture thinking. So I am really thrilled to have all the way from Florida the lovely, amazing Gary Stern. Hi, Gary.
Hey, Jo, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, I am good. I'm good. Yeah, it's great to have you on the show. We spoke, it feels like eons ago, and it was only months, I know, but we spoke eons ago, didn't we? I mean, months
I know,
ago.
back and forth, and worked on a few projects this summer, and
Well,
found the silver lining in things that are
silver
going on
lining.
right now.
So I've had you running around a bit, haven't I, actually? But look where it's got you now. So just to introduce Gary, Gary is Gary has worn many hats, but Gary is an author, and he is author ×2 now, published author, an international author, and he is also you're going to have to tell me your role in LifeVantage. What's your title?
It's an Elite Pro 7, so one of the top distributors in the world with the company.
Elite Pro 7. There we go. Says it all, really. And obviously you have your own business. You run a fantastic bike shop, which has done so well during this time because people have remembered to get out on their bikes, which is so awesome. And obviously you're a father to a wonderful, gorgeous son who I've had the privilege to meet. And you've just had your wedding anniversary too, haven't you? So thanks for joining us, Gary. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Oh, real pleasure, as always. Chrissy White hopefully is going to join us. She is coming in from Derby, but I think she's struggling with a bit of tech. I can see her loitering in what's called the green room. We're on StreamYard at the moment, but I think she's struggling a little bit. So hopefully she'll come in too. So this is a very focused show on something that is very close to Gary's heart and mine too. And Gary and I are on a very similar page with regards to this current situation with the virus that they are labeling, obviously, COVID-19. So it's all about immunity. We're going to try and cover as much immunity issues and support and guidelines and guidance and answers that we can in the next 30 minutes. That is the aim. So, Gary, you have had a very fascinating, I really think it's a fascinating journey into where you are now. And we'll come on to how you and I really both connected in a minute. But yeah, you know a fair bit about the science of health and well-being, don't you?
I do, Jo. And again, thanks for having me on. It's my life has been spent in the medical profession in some way, shape, or form, right? I started out as a physio, as you would say in the UK, or on this side of the pond, we call them physical therapists. I did that for 6 years. That's what I went and graduated from university for, was a physical therapy degree. And I loved it. I was passionate about it. I loved helping people. Unfortunately, my mom and dad both got sick with cancer right around the same time. My dad passed away, and I moved back to Florida to take care of my mom after leaving a world-renowned sports medicine center. And I just couldn't find that same passion for what I was doing before here in Florida, nor could I find the hours that I needed to be able to take care of my mom. So that led me into pharmaceutical sales. And I worked for a fine British company named GlaxoSmithKline. I was on the SmithKline Beecham side prior to them merging with Glaxo Wellcome, and it became GSK. Huge brand, over at one point a $44 billion a year corporation. And I did pharmaceutical sales for 13 years. And at the beginning, I was passionate about it. and quickly learned that we were putting Band-Aids on problems at the tail end. And I think a turning point for me was when I saw a statistic, and I think it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 85% of the people who are taking a pharmaceutical product for a given disease state end up dying from that disease state. So if 85% of them are being treated for it, and they're taking these medications to try to fix the problem, and they still go on and pass away, are we really fixing the problem? And the answer is no. I knew something needed to happen earlier up the stream, and that's when I learned about what I'm doing now, and I learned about LifeVantage. And quite honestly, it's life from another vantage point. It's looking at it differently. It's looking at the problems and thinking, how can we just maintain our health? Not maintain, but improve our health and improve our longevity and our health span. Not our lifespan necessarily. Lifespan means you extend life. We've done that as a society. And there's a lot of people spending their last 5, 10, 15 years profoundly unhealthy with no quality of living, but they got the quantity, right? But we're not talking about quantity, we're talking about quality. That's health span. There's a difference between health span and lifespan. Health span means healthy living for a longer period of time. That's what all of us are really striving for and really want in life. Right,
absolutely, yeah, because there's no point just extending our lives when we're losing our quality. And all these people in old people's homes, which is part of the reason why we've got a big spike of the COVID-19 cases in the UK, is because there's a lot of people, possibly not all of them, but a lot of them living unhealthily. So let's come on to the current situation, obviously, because it kind of is the focus of today, and also want to really try and offer some solutions to people. So what is the difference you've realized? Because the thing that we both jumped on about when we spoke the other day was the fact that nobody really is talking about immunity. The governments, I've been bombarded. I've stopped listening to the bloody radio. I'm so sick of these stupid freaking adverts. Oh, be safe, I'm so bored of it. I'm beyond it. I'm not listening to it anymore. Radio, I'm sorry, you're on mute until I gotta listen to the radio, not hear it every half an hour. Do these bloody stupid things. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop semi-swearing. But actually, for me, it's always about what we do to our own bodies first and getting healthy, because I think we've all had it. I think even the dogs had it, but we've sailed through it. May get it again, who knows? But immunity is so key. And what tell us about your thoughts on that, coming from both angles of what you've learned.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I was gonna say, tell us how you really feel, Joe, right? No, just kidding. I'm the same as you. You gotta, what you gotta do? You gotta turn off, as you say over there, the telly. You gotta turn off the television, and you gotta turn off the radio. You gotta turn those things off right now. So here's the deal. Here's what we started talking about and really got me fired up. So I worked for GlaxoSmithKline Pharmaceuticals, right? A massive pharmaceutical company who specialized, one of the areas they specialized in was vaccines. Now, I never worked in that division, but that's one of the divisions that they're best known for. And all we're hearing about in the society right now, and in the news and in the media and everywhere else, is about the vaccine. Vaccine this, vaccine that. So you said, hey, they're not saying anything about immunity. They're just talking about it. That's the only thing they talk about is the vaccine and developing an immunity that way. They said, the herd mentality, we can't do that. And, I don't know that I'm going to really address that here, because there's definitely two sides to that coin. Some sides to that coin that society just doesn't want to hear, right? That ultimately that's what it's going to take. Ultimately, that's what it's going to take, because the vaccine, what'll happen is that the new strains will come out, things like that. In my opinion, these are all my opinion, guys. I'm not an immunologist or anything else. But what I was talking about is, why aren't we hearing anything about boosting your own immune system? Why aren't we hearing anything about improving your health, boosting your cellular, your cellular health and your cellular strength? We're hearing nothing about improving your diet, eating an antioxidant-rich diet, about getting more sleep, about getting more exercise. I mean, exercise is crucial for building your immune system. It's crucial. Why aren't we hearing anything about activating your bodies with activators? There are certain things you can take They're all natural, made by plant-based ingredients that can activate your body to produce more of what it was supposed to naturally. Why don't we hear anything about that?
Yeah.
And I have my own opinion again, and that is it's around money. It's around dollars and cents. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
there's a lot more money in treating disease, and there's a lot more money in vaccines that'll all get all this government support than there is educational programs to tell people you got to eat healthier, you got to exercise more, and you got to activate your immune system. And quite frankly, the first is a quick band-aid. It's a quick fix in most people's mindset. Oh, I'll just take one pill and I'll be done. The latter takes some behavioral changes. And that's a whole nother story. I just went through a lecture on that with this guy, BJ Fogg. If you've never heard of the book, Tiny Habits, it's phenomenal. And the only reason I'm plugging it, I don't get anything out of it. I'm plugging it because I already started making some tweaks to a couple of tiny habits of mine, and it works. That all behavior change comes from motivation, the ability or how easy it is to do, and a prompt. So B equals MAP. Behavior equals motivation, ability, and prompt. We all focus on the motivation. We all focus on, oh my God, if I can't change something, it's all because of me. We've got to change our thinking. What if a prompt comes on? The prompt is the news. The news comes on and they talk about the vaccines again. The ability. Do we have the ability to take a vaccine right now? No, it's not even out yet. But do we have the ability to do something at that moment? So every time I hear them say that on television, I'm like, I'm going to go drink some cranberry juice. I'm going to go eat some blueberries. I'm going to go do something that I can change, a small change that's going to continue to make me healthier right now.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. So, I mean, I'm just like you. I'm just as fired up about it. I was careful for a little while, and then I'm like, you know what? I haven't worked for GSK for 8 years. I don't need to. I can take the gloves off and talk about how it really is. I won't be taking the vaccine. I won't be taking one. Period. Ever. Not going to happen.
And let's come on to that, because obviously your experience with GSK, you know what's going on here, right? You know how these things are created, you know how they're tested. So give us Gary Stern's version of what possibly, just hypothetically speaking, could be the situation, the likelihood. What would be your, just if you had a vision right now of what likely could happen, the impact, how effective would it be? What would you say?
Well, there's risks. A lot of people are starting to wake up to that, which I really love seeing, because before it was almost like, look, when the vaccine comes out, we're fixed. Everything is done.
Yeah.
First of all, in the process of that happening, you'll note that 2 of the phase 3 trials have already quit. They've already fallen by the wayside, right? And I believe what happens is, part of it is the actual manufacturer themselves, if they don't see that they're going to be able to derive massive profits from it, it's not worth their while to go ahead and spend all the time and money and effort to develop these things, which is sad to hear. You'll hear in the media, oh, but we're going to do it for the greater good of the world. And, I don't know that I believe that, because, again, I was with a company that paid a massive fine in the pharmaceutical world, massive fine. And they do release a lot of their data now, what they used to not do. So then what could happen? Well, things can get fast-tracked through or pushed through or bought their way through the system. A lot of people will go, well, I only put things in my body that are FDA approved. That's our in the United States, it's the Food and Drug Administration. Any medication or pharmaceutical product has to go through their rigorous approval process, which it is. I mean, it's millions and millions of dollars to get a product through. But I also believe there's a lot of corruption in there along the way. And you talk to people, and a lot of them will say, yeah, I don't know, I don't have any faith in the FDA. But then they're the same ones saying the only things I'll put in my body are those that are FDA approved. What about the things that were made by a higher power than you? Not in a lab, but made by a higher power than you.
Yeah.
Plant-based, all natural, and that's where my theory is that's going to win the day. If we can all strengthen ourselves and strengthen our immune systems and boost our cellular health and not have to worry about the adverse side effects, the potential side effects. I mean, go talk to a group of moms who believe that their children were harmed by vaccines and that's why they have autism. Notice I said go talk to a group of moms. I don't have personal experience in this area, so I'm not going to take a side on it one way or the other, but I know that they
Yeah,
are
yeah,
passionate, super
yeah,
passionate, and they will talk to you every day about all of the side effects that have happened as a result of vaccines.
yeah,
Whether you believe in that or not, do you believe that there are some risks out there? And if you do you want to be the guinea pig that's going to try it out? Or would you rather go with something that's been tried and true and on the planet forever in these plants and healthy natural compounds that could
yeah.
potentially make a difference on the front end?
Well, exactly. And knowledge, and because obviously the one thing that triggered our quite heated chat the other day was about my daughters have been offered the HPV vaccine. And I just think, oh, another vaccine, really? And obviously, we don't really want to go down that road because it's obviously it's dealing with a whole different kind of aspect of health. But the same principles apply for me. It's like another vaccine. Do we really know what the side effects are? Do we really need it? Are there ways of actually counterbalancing? Yes, HPV is on the increase, exponentially, but why is that? What is causing that? Not how can we fix it or attempt to fix it with a vaccine. And so I'm very much really passionate about this, as are you. And I've said immunity. What I meant was our own immunity, our own
Right.
derived immunity, right? And that's what it's all about. It's decision making and being healthier. And there's been no information at all, like you just said, and I've really seen a growth in talk on social media about this, about that, all these different things we can do. So let's give some, it's such a shame Chrissy is obviously struggling with tech because she's not come on, because she is a nutritionist and she calls herself the Vibrant Gourmet. So Chrissy White is a Vibrant Gourmet because she very much believes in a rainbow of color of your food and all natural, plant-based, and we get what we need from the right products, because obviously not all the food in the shops is very good for you, because actually it's not been nurtured and grown in the right way. So give us Gary's best tips on the food that we can just, what would you say the best 5 things that people could do right now to increase their immunity?
Well, step one is when you're at the supermarket or the shopping center or whatever, grocery store, I don't know what you call it in the UK, but I'm pretty sure they're set up the same way there that they are here. I wouldn't be surprised because I know when I've been in the ones there, and I think it was Smith's or something like that. But I've been in there, when I've been in France, when I've been in Spain, all the countries I've traveled over in Europe and in the United States, they're all set up the same way. Shop the perimeter of the store. Don't even worry about the middle of the store. The middle of the store is where all the boxed foods are, because they can't put the coolers really right in the center of the store. So they put them around the outside. What do you have to keep cool? Living food, like your fruits and your vegetables, right? The
Yeah,
things that are the most healthy for you, in particular, like your kales and your spinaches and your beta carotenes, like your carrots. And I love what you said about Chrissy. I can't wait to talk to her. I can't wait. You got to have her on here again. I mean, have her on separate, and I want to watch that episode because she will talk about the rainbow of color. And I went to a whole food, plant-based diet. I cut out the vast majority of meat. I do eat a little bit of fish, and I cut out the vast majority of dairy. I have my weekly ice cream once a week with my family. It kind of hurts my stomach a little now, but it's been a habit, for
yeah,
22 years. It's been a family tradition. I'm not stopping it. It's more the psychological family tradition than anything else. I'm not telling everybody, and that's a whole nother argument we could get into. I'm not telling everybody to go vegan like I am. I'm just saying I feel great. I have tons of energy, and there's so much evidence out there that if nothing else, increase those healthy fruits and vegetables in your world and decrease the processed foods. Even if you did that, notice I didn't even touch the meat or the dairy. Do whatever you want with that. But even if you increase the amount of healthy foods, the fruits and vegetables, and you decrease all the stuff that's in a box that's
yeah,
processed, high in
yeah.
sugars, high in fats, right? Get rid of those. Just do that, and that's a big change. So that's step one. Step two, get a better night's sleep. get a better night's sleep. Like, sleep is crucial. We're on a go, 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 go right now. And we're really turned on total all the time, full on all day long. Because it used to be you would get the kids ready, send them off to school, you would go to work, you come home, you know, get the kids all set up, maybe make dinner, and then you know, you have like this routine. Right now it's like, you know, you wake up and you might be already on an email or on a call with your business because you're working from home. You're WFHing, which is working from home, which I think the hotels are going to try to coin it and do work from hotels. They're going to try to get you out of your house at least and go somewhere for a while so you get out of the surroundings. To get a good night's sleep. So fruits and vegetables, you know, increase the number of fruits and vegetables, decrease the processed. Get a better night's sleep. Along with the food, make sure you're drinking plenty of water, like lots and lots and lots of water. Not just flavored stuff. Definitely not all the sodas and all the caffeine and everything else. I mean, caffeine in a little bit is okay for you. I know I'm not going to convince anybody from Great Britain to stop drinking tea. It's just not going to happen. But on the flip side, make sure you're drinking lots of water. At least tea is mixed in with a lot of water, right? So that kind of goes with number one, because I think I'll end up with 6. But stress. You got to find ways to reduce stress.
Yeah.
Right? Some people, it's meditation. Some it's yoga. If you go back to that Tiny Habits book, what they said is think of specific behaviors. Because I could tell you to meditate, which my cycling coach Simon said to me, and I told him he was crazy and to go pound sand. Like I don't meditate. I am not a meditator. I've tried. It's just not me. Yoga was not really me. I loved it. I loved how I felt, but I just couldn't develop the habit. What I could develop a habit of is riding my bike every day, a lot. Period.
Which is a form of meditation. So anything is kind of creating a momentary focus on one thing is what meditation is actually.
And it's clearing your head, it's getting you away from that stress.
And it involves you breathing and becoming into your body. So running, cycling, swimming, they're all meditation. I think, you know, that meditation has had a bit of a bad press, you know, that it's believed that you've got to sit in a quiet room, you've got to cross your legs and kind of go on, and you haven't. So that is meditation. So you're actually really good at it, because I know how good you are at cycling, Gary. So you are actually officially, as from here on in, a very good meditator.
All right, I am a great meditator. I just meditate differently than a lot of people perceive it in the sense of the word.
Exactly.
So that also goes right into the next step, which is exercise. So if you are the type that sits in a quiet room and just takes your mind and focuses on something else, you still need exercise, because we need to get our hearts moving. We need to get our bodies moving. I mean, it's a proven fact that exercise boosts immunity, probably as good, if not better, than diet changes. They're like hand in hand. The nutrition and the exercise go hand in hand, and they have an exponential effect on each other when you do them together. Exponential effect together. So that was either number 4 or 5, depending on how we're counting. And then number 5, you got to activate your system. And that's what I got jazzed about. You know, 10 years ago, I learned about a company called LifeVantage. LifeVantage is pioneering something called Nutrigenomics. Break that down: nutrition or natural compounds genomics to activate gene expression in the body. So they're activators, they're switches. Think of it as flipping a switch. As we go through our lives, those switches either get dimmed or turned off, and we're kind of living our lives in the dark. Our battery is discharging, our health is diminishing, our immune systems are diminishing, we start to build inflammation in our bodies. Like all of these things we have accepted as natural forms of aging as we get older, or as we're exposed to more and more toxins and stressors, which we're exposed to more and more, both of those in the world we're living in, like at an exponentially greater rate. So how do you flip the switch back on and turn the body on to do what it was supposed to naturally? Notice I already told you ways to take antioxidants, to eat more foods or drink more drinks that are high in antioxidants and vitamins and minerals. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about something completely different. Flipping the switch in your body, turning your body on to produce more of what it was supposed to naturally. Superoxide dismutase, catalase, glutathione. Don't worry about the fancy names. That's why I said them really fast. The names don't matter. What they do matters. They lower our oxidative stress levels or our cellular aging. They slow the cellular aging process. They boost our immune system, and they boost our body's natural antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. So we lower that inflammation in our bodies. All proven by science, backed by scientific peer-reviewed studies that you can find in the US on PubMed.gov, wherever you go to look for your peer-reviewed science. It's there and patented.
Well, this is green tea I'm drinking, right? And so green tea, I know, is one of the ingredients.
One of the ingredients. Absolutely.
Because, you know, we've just woken up to green tea in the UK, like in the last 2-3 years, really. But, you know, the Chinese have known about green tea for, millennia, you know.
I was going to say
we're flipping slow, aren't we?
Thousands.
We're slow, aren't we? You know, this is green tea, you know, and actually, I really didn't like it for a long time, and I had to just dip. I had to dip the tea bag for 3 seconds. Go, oh, that'll do. It's sick. But you just get used to it, like you say in your trigger, and you know, and the trigger tickles. You think, no, I'm not going to have caffeine. I'm going to have green tea, decaffeinated, ideally, but I'm going to have green tea because we need to get healthier. And it's our body and our system and our blood, isn't it? It's just a whole lot that needs to be
crucial. And you did a tiny habit. You said you dipped it just 3 times, just a little bit. That's people like, who's going to be more successful? The person that goes, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to bench press 100 pounds, 3 reps. Or the person that goes, I'm just going to do 2 or 3 reps of like 2 pounds just to get started, 10 pounds just to get started. And then each day I'm going to try to do just a little bit more. It's that person that starts tiny when it's something easily attainable and easily doable. That's why I said, I'm not here to change you and completely radically change your diet or to completely radically change your lifestyle. I said, exercise more, drink more water, shop around the outside perimeter of the store, do a little bit more fruits and vegetables, a little bit less of the processed stuff. I didn't go in and say, change your life dramatically, but those little changes, when you add them up, they're incremental and they add on to each other, and they actually start to work exponentially where they feed off of one another. So and then so you mentioned green tea, ashwagandha, bacopa extract, milk thistle, and turmeric. Those are the 5 plant ingredients in the Protandem. There it is, the yellow pill. Crazy
the little yellow pill. So I love my little yellow pills. They're kind of I like color anyway, you know me. But yeah, it's just weird because I've got a migraine today, and it's a migraine kind of level 4 or 5. So it could go either way, right? But you know, so I might take a double dose of this today because I stopped taking it for about 6 days, and I'm flat out busy at the moment. It's a phenomenally busy time right now for me, and it's half term for work wise, and it's half term holidays with the kids, right? So I was a div because I stopped taking my little yellow pill for about 6 days, and I could feel the imbalance because I've got more in tune with my body than ever, and I can feel it starts tingling a little bit. I feel a bit off center and that is it's the oxidative stress, isn't it? Just I'm not feeling completely in harmony, and divvy me, you know, it's like I've learnt my lesson. So you know, it's really, this is when you look at it, and actually I've known for ages turmeric was a no-brainer. I've known that for ages, and people say, oh, put it in this and put it in that. It's like, I forget. so I must admit,
because you don't have the prompt. You don't have the prompt. It's easy to do. You have the ability to do it. Your motivation level sounds like it's wavering a little, but it's really the prompt. If you have a prompt, so like you brush your teeth, right? Hopefully every day.
Yeah,
put
twice,
your little yellow
sometimes.
Pill next to your toothbrush.
Yeah, well, I have this in a certain part of my kitchen, which I go to in the morning. But I must admit, it's been a game changer for me. And even stuff like my hair's healthier than better. But, you know, it's everything.
Mine too.
Yours has got, I can see that, Gary. Yeah, I mean, good for you. But it's just everything. I feel my energy is constant. I used to peak and trough through the day. You know, I don't get that carb kind of. So it's the knock-on effects of getting the right stuff into your body on a regular basis. You know, because I do have my green goo in the morning, as I call it, my spinach mix. But at weekends I don't tend to make it. But that's why I think we've got to. And the other thing I want to cover as well is obviously because I have taken turmeric before, but I discovered it quite a long time ago. Thankfully, I really got underneath the skin of actually the average supplements that are out there. And I just want to actually plead to people, and I know you will back me up on this, but that actually be aware of, you have to invest, like anything in life, you have to invest in the right supplements and the good supplements if you're going to bother. Otherwise, just don't bother. Just really don't bother, because you're wasting your money going to Holland Barrett or Boots' own rubbish. There was a test that I studied a long while ago that said the amount of the actual quality ingredient in the average Boots home stuff, which always on offer, funnily enough, and it's 3 for 2, is so minimal. The quality of product, let alone how much of it is in it, is so minimal. So you've got to get the good stuff, guys. You've got to invest in the proper supplements, haven't you?
Absolutely. And in those that you're talking about, even if they do contain the correct amount of the ingredients, people think, well, if a little bit is good, and I'm a guy, I mean, I'm like this, a little bit is good for me, a lot of it is better. And that is not the case. Your body can only assimilate so much out of the vast majority of direct supplements. We're talking direct supplements. So what do I mean by that? It means that your body won't get to a level where you'll either get toxic because you'll take too much, or it'll only use so much and you'll eliminate the rest of it, which is wasting all of that product and your money at the end of the day. So it's really either doing nothing for you or it's making you sicker. At the end of the day, what you want is you want an activator, because that it's just enough to flip the switch and then your body does the rest. It's not some powerful thing out in the universe that you're trying to take to do it all. All you need is the trigger to have your body, think of it as the prompt in the case that we were talking about in the behavior change thing. And that tells your body, oh, I got to start making more of those good things again. When your body does it, your body can't make too much of a good thing because it knows how much it needs to make. It just needs the trigger to tell it to start making more of what it was supposed to naturally. That's the huge difference. And you're right. The vast majority of the products that are out there, I get asked all the time, hey, I just started the yellow pill. Now, do I need, and a lot of times, like, just send me your list and chances are I'm going to line through just about everything on the list. There's still a few things that I believe in. I mean, I think a good omega-3 supplement, because a lot of us, our diets don't have enough omega-3s in them. I think that's good. Some people might need a little bit more magnesium. Some people might need some vitamin D, especially over there in the UK. It rains all the time. There's not a whole lot of sun. Take some vitamin D. Take quality vitamin D. I have no problem with that. You could see I'm in the sun all the time. I get plenty of vitamin D. I live in Florida. But if I didn't, I would supplement with it. But there's only a handful of things that you really need to supplement. The vast majority, like multivitamins, don't even get me started. That's a racket. There was a long-term, like a 30-year study on a very popular multivitamin that starts with a C. It might rhyme with Centrum. And 30-year study. Zero difference in the people that took it versus those that took it. So, but why do people take it? Well, you know, my mom took it, so that's why I took it. My dad told me I needed to take it, so that's why I take it.
And a very convincing marketing campaign.
They showed these vibrant older folks on television with their Centrum Silver and this and that. And I'm not here to bash. I'm just saying, that one might or might not hurt you, but you're wasting your money.
Well, exactly. So don't bother.
So don't bother.
So I take Vit D, magnesium, obviously my little yellow pill, and even primrose oil. That's it. No, that is it. And then it's all about the diet. So that's all that I need to get through the winter. We do. We're like twins. No.
You're way better looking. You got better hair.
You're very sweet. You're very sweet. So, well, listen, it's been brilliant chatting. Such a shame. I can see Chrissy. She's kind of on the periphery of the call, but she can't quite get her tech right, which is such a shame. So we should do another one. But I have got the boxes. So listen, guys, if you are interested in this, give me a shout. Protandim. It's Nerf 1 and Nerf 2, which makes me laugh. But anyway, it's kind of the funniest names, but it's made such a difference to my life. And if you'd like to really do everything you can, then it's all about natural, and this is natural. And I like what you just said. It's triggering our bodies to do it ourselves. you know, and that's the key, and that's where the longevity comes in, isn't it? Because otherwise you're quick fixing, and quick fixing, you know, it lasts for a certain time, but we're coming into autumn, winter. Immunity is tested now, like you say, as our vitamin D. So really big time.
Now's the time. Yeah, now's the time to do it. Activate your body, turn it on to do what it was supposed to do naturally. Flip the switch. And Joe can share with you a 3.5-minute video that'll blow your mind. And if you like it, you can get more information and everything else. Chances are you're going to love it. You're going to say, I need the next step. Everybody I've shown the first step wants to see the next one. And that literally just explains that difference in very layman terms with a little bit of science mixed in to back up all the claims that are made, that it's the difference between, instead of taking, help your body make more of what it was supposed to naturally. Activate, flip the switch.
Absolutely. And obviously a lot of people at the moment are looking for a secondary income. So they're looking for an income that is coming in. And obviously, you know, what you've done is incredible in your business. But everyone's talking about it, actually. It's really interesting. There's so many different MLMs out there. But I've never been interested in any of them. You know, I dabbled a little bit with a couple of the kind of the natural cosmetic and skincare stuff. It's never floated my boat, because actually the only thing I'm ever interested in is doing what we can do healthily from the inside out. And this really floats my boat. So yeah, all good. Fantastic. Thank you, Gary Stern. Awesome to chat with you. Good luck with your book. Let's have a quick flash of your cover, so to speak.
So this is the newest one right here.
The newest one.
Network marketing secrets from top earners. And where is it? Look at that right there.
There he is. There he is. Naming lights. Yeah, he knows a thing or two about, you know, making it work. But you know, I've always loved your authentic message, Gary. You know, you do run a business, and you do help other people run a business, but it's always about improving yourself and health, and that really matters. So awesome.
Thank you so much.
Gary.
How crazy is that, to have my name and my chapter in a book on an industry that I swore I would never be a part of? In fact, I said no 28 separate times, and now I'm one of the thought leaders in the industry 10 years later. Go figure, right?
Yeah, and I've just seen the house. The second house he's just bought, folks. Honestly, it makes you go, okay, yeah, there's something in this.
There's something to it. We're blessed. Thank you, Joe. And one day you'll be our guest there in the new home. I can't wait to have you join us in the mountains of Blue Ridge, Georgia. You got to bring Nala with you, though.
I will. She'll love those trees. Yeah, that would be awesome. Fantastic. Awesome talking to you, Gary. Thanks for coming on today.
Thanks for
having me. Get in touch, guys. Please get in touch with me. This was the Amijo Show. That was Gary Stern. And give me a shout, give me a call, and I can help you with this important issue. Okay, take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
See you guys.